This is a design for a really tiny, small, enclosed courtyard, one that it has as a feature a pool and sort of sandy area near the pool. But there's some fairly heavy planting along here, timber slats for the enclosure, a sliding system in here for entry, and then stepping into some timber rounds to lead you through some heavily planted area to the edge of the water. We might put some seating in here at a later stage. But what I wanted to do at this point is to show how to create a plant schedule from the symbols that have been placed into this design. And to do that, you go to the gCADPlus and Plant Tools and click Edit a Plant List. Now I've loaded a list. If we did not have a list, it would be new to create a new one or open an existing one. And I've picked up one called Plant List and open it up. And it's just got 8 individual species in it, an estimate of the pot size to obtain them from the nursery and so on. So we can OK that list. So we have a list associated with this drawing, and if you look right down the bottom in the status line down here, you can see the path to that list. The list is called a GCP file, or gCADPlus file. Now we can go to Plant Tools and Set Data to Plant. So we pick it and we're asked to say, select a symbol, so that's this symbol here, and from the list there, what would that green symbol represent? Let's imagine it is going to be associated with the angel's trumpet. So we'll OK it. Now, at that point, you could hit the Enter key the right mouse button to finish selecting entities or selecting symbols. You could use one of these other tools. You could say show symbols with names, and you can see that every instance of that particular angel's trumpet plant is now indicated. So we've located that one, if you like, in the plant schedule that we're about to draw, and gCADPlus will count that number up for us and save us the trouble of doing all the counting. I'll unselect all at this point, and we'll go back to Plant Tools, Setting Data to a Plant, and we'll pick another symbol. Now that might well represent one of the cycads, Cycas revoluta, and I can continue working on. This tiny symbol alongside here, we could say might represent say a mondo grass, and I'm just continuing on. This one might represent a lamandra, and we work ourselves over here. This symbol here probably could be associated with the bird's nest fern. Then we've got this one here, which might look a little like a cycad. We've already set that one for a cycad. Sorry, of course we did. Looks a bit like a canna. And we've got another one, this larger one here. And let's see if we can pick it. And what do we got left? We've got the ostrich fern, and we can OK that. So let's zoom extents, and we'll just do that, Plant Tools and show symbols with names, just to make sure that we've got them all. And as I look through here, we've associated all. So we can unselect all, and then we can go back to the gCADPlus Plant Tools and draw the plant schedule. Now I'm going to zoom out quite a long way here because this is a tiny design, and we now asked a number of questions. Would you like to plot the column with the red circle? Well, I'll just hit the Enter key to select the default. And would you like to put common names under botanical names? We'll say yes as well. And we're asked to input the first point and then the second point. So the schedule has now been drawn, and you might argue it's a little large in relation to the design. There's absolutely nothing wrong with selecting it and then clicking on there and saying I'm going to scale that by, say, 0.3, and then select it again and move it into position, and then zoom extents. So we've got a plant schedule automatically done for us in the position that we want. But let's imagine we're looking at the design and we think, gee, we need a little more planting in and around and under this area, so we might simply copy. Oops, I picked the wrong one there. We'll pick that plant, which is actually a group. That's interesting. That is interesting. I think we might have gone about this slightly in the wrong way. I'm a little concerned. That's seen as a group of mondo grass. So there are 4 groups of mondo grasses in the design. That's fine as long as we recognize that the symbol we're using is a group. And over here, if you look in the block reference, it's a grass group. So we'll copy that and paste another one in there and another one there. Then we'll select that group and just change its orientation a little, and this one we might bring down like so. So now we've added 2 more groups, quite a lot more individual plants. So the number should increment from 4 to 6 when I say Plant Tools, update the plant schedule, and it's now updated and gives us 6, and you'd have to do that scaling again. So I hope you see how easy it is to produce the plant schedule. If you didn't want this list of numbers and red dots through there, you would just say no to that option, and if you wanted botanical name and common name separated into different columns, you could also do that. But I think that gives you a reasonable idea of how we go about making a plant schedule.